Yeah, so welcome to this week's video, an important one. I just came back from China. I was in Hong Kong, I was in Foshan, I was in many villages, I was in Shanghai. Quite an intensive trip. And while I was in China, I decided to go to Hokshan City, where Gulo village is located. Now, in the past, I've been there several times when the late Grandmaster Feng Chun was still alive. And yeah, I interviewed him, as you can see on this YouTube channel, but also I had a lot of talks about Wing Chun's history. And what I can remember very clearly on several occasions that he told me the late Dr. Leung Jan did not teach Siu Nim Tau, Chum, Puji, for the simple reason that he did not have those three sets. What he did have, however, was the ancient single long set Siu Nim Tau, which was later split into Siu Nim Tau, Chum, Puji. Also, he mentioned that they didn't really have the Chi Sao platform. Now, recently I saw a post somewhere where another branch of the Gulo Wing Chun was mentioned, and that they teach Siu Nim Tau, Chum, and Puji. Now, naturally, I wanted to find out the details about that, because if Leung Jan did not have those three sets, how did he manage to pass it down, right? I know the official story nowadays that say, okay, he was old when he went back to Gulo, Dr. Leung Jan went back to Gulo, he retired, then he actually simplified the system, and instead of teaching Siu Nim Tau, Chum, Puji, he taught the Sanskrit version. Actually, that is true, but only partially true, because it was the single long set Siu Nim Tau that he split up into different Sanskrit sets, not the Siu Nim Tau, Chum, Puji. That's a very important point. Now, so I went to Hokshan, I went to the Gulo village, and I managed to meet up with Sifu Gu Sulo and Gu Chi Wing, his son, and yeah, the truth came out. Although they, market is a bad word, but although they use in their publicity Siu Nim Tau, Chum, Puji, they basically told me the truth, and that in the past they had the single long set Siu Nim Tau, and that actually the Siu Nim Tau name was used. And for their Chum, and Puji, that was actually in the past one Sanskrit set that was fused together, and that was called Choying Sao, chasing shape hands set. So that had nothing to do with the Siu Nim Tau, Chum, and Puji, like we know it from the Yip Man lineage, the Yun Kei San lineage, the Yun Chai Wan lineage, the Yu Choi lineage. That is two completely different things. Now, of course, I understand that nowadays, many of those Sifus in mainland China, that they use the characters for Siu Nim Tau, Chum, Puji, for the simple fact of the immense fame that the late Grandmaster Yip Man has right nowadays. So, of course, to attract more people, to get more students, it's the logical thing to do. However, we must have two things separate. Who was the real Sifu of Yip Man? Yes, Chum Chun. So his real Sigung of Yip Man was Leung Jan. We cannot change that. But the Kung Fu of the late Dr. Leung Jan is not the Kung Fu that Yip Man was teaching in Hong Kong. And no, that's also not the Leung Bik, the son of Dr. Leung Jan's Kung Fu. No, what Yip Man was teaching in Hong Kong was his own system, but based on the teachings of the Yun family, and which derived from Fok Bo Chun and Law family. But that's the story of another video. Now, enjoy this small interview where some things are clarified. Thank you.
Right. Okay. 古師傅啊，三字有先生對我想問一問。 就古龍詠春啦，喺你哋呢邊呢支水咧，就個拳種嘅內容咧有啲乜嘢嘅咧？
有詠春嘅套路啦，
係
冇人裝法啦，
係
八斬刀啦，
係
6點半棍法啦，
係
仲有佢詠春入邊咧就有12路散手啦，
12路散手，
一個小念頭啦，
一個小念頭，
佢一個尋橋標指追形手或者套拳嘅，即係3套拳。
係即係手法係有純粹手法，有12路散式，
係
跟住咧就小念頭，
小念頭，
跟住就一套就係尋橋標指追形手，
係3套拳。
咁係用多，
係
有冇黐手啊？
我哋
拆啊，
因為梁贊傳落嚟，佢有好多重底啊嘛，即係因人而教嘅。
唔係純粹你呢一邊
係咁，我哋呢邊咧冇黐手，
老師就
離橋接手玩嘅。
係啊，即係我就講話對拆咯。
對拆就離橋接手玩，
就
係啊。
我哋功夫佬啊叫對拆。
對拆對玩，即係招式，即係招式本身招式嘅對拆。
係啊，即係招式用。
即係
因為詠春咧，就即係我玩3套拳嘅原因啦，即係小念頭、尋橋標指咧。
我知道。
咁我哋有玩黐手，就着重於個觸覺嗰個反應咯。
我哋着重於嗰個距離，
係
馬步、身法、發力，
係
就呢幾個。
好。
即係你要正常嘅，即係正常，譬如佢打嘅情況下，乜第一時間個距離控制好先啦，係嘛？第二一接手之後咧，咁你點樣發到嗰個力出去打到人？就呢個問題。你冇嘢㗎，如果你接到手，你唔個身架即係個架構嘅力，你顯示唔到出嚟，你基本上你邊有直接俾打㗎嘛？你要本身你係有100斤力嘅，譬如你打出嚟100斤力，你有冇辦法打到佢105斤力？就經過個身體嘅協調，個組合去打嘅啱啊，咁先正發揮到嗰個力量出嚟嘅。如果你得100斤力，如果你冇身體嘅協調，你打出嚟得個4、5斤力嘅啫，佢唔會增長嘅。
咁其實咧就即係變咗，即係頭先再重複多次啦，即係我純係手法。就12路散式，就一套長小念頭個長拳，就一套尋橋標指追形手，其實裏面就主要都係散手嚟，
全部都係散手，
散手練習方式練法。好。
So it's clear that this is different than the other sets. This is like a Sanzik.
I asked him twice in the middle part and then eventually summary. Then I confirm it again.
Okay.
And then sure they say they don't have a 黐手, they have技擊散手, something like that. And then you see he show his power.
講係間你要講離橋嘛？
係啊，
離橋一踏心就去咯。
Means not it's like
It's a small part. It is not a whole
actually
form.
it's a 散式.
It's Sanzik based.
yeah Sanskrit.
Even though it has the same name, it's not the same.
其實你如果據你明白，據你個人了解或者非人你了解本師傅了解，即係其實就古龍詠春真係散式，即係2、3碼點一對定嘅。
我哋一埋去就2、3碼啦。
係啊。
一接觸本身係離橋離橋嗰時候，你未發到力㗎，係接觸嘅時候，你要將嗰個即係個身體嘅協調嗰度嚟，即係喺短期嚟發力，你要練個整體嘅你要練得好好睇。
係啊，呢個
係嘛？所以因為一講到走馬嘅情況下，嗰個時代發力啊，身體結構係要協調㗎嘛。咁你所以一入到嗰個距離，佢冇可能係
即係佢意思3套拳即係12路散式、長拳同埋尋橋標指追形手。其實你會睇到裏面都係大部分都係散式總合嘅。
咩叫做追形手咧？即係一搭手就追住打，一搭手就連續好似晒功夫咁打晒出嚟。
係啊，
即係唔需要諗嘅。
係啊，
一搭手就氣下咁，咁咪一埋手就2、3碼㗎啦。 最嚟嗰兩三下都租唔低你，佢都唔使計嘅。
Map is okay. Everything.
佢
Thank you.
好清楚，
Thank you.
好清楚解決咗佢心中嗰個問題，同埋